Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today we are taking a look at WEISSTIGER. This is Shigeru's Beyblade from Beyblade X, Multi's sister. She's also part of Team Pendragon. I am very hyped for this release. Obviously, I have an affinity for cats. I have a bunch of cats. I like cats. I like Leon Claw, and this one's definitely going in the deck regardless of how good it is. Very excited for this one, so let's go ahead and take a look at everything that's included. If you guys still need to pick up WEISSTIGER or any other Beyblade X, feel free to check out Spin City Imports linked down below. Code Nazuma gets you a discount. This is run by fans and members of the Beyblade community. Very trustworthy. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the Beyblade. So, new parts included with this, obviously, is the WEISSTIGER blade. We get a 360 ratchet, which is nothing new. And then we also get a new bit called Unite. The WEISSTIGER blade itself is supposed to have a sort of gimmick where each side of the blade does a different thing. So upper, smash, like good stamina. It's supposed to be a sort of all-in-one Beyblade. Whether or not that actually translates to real life play, we will find out, but it does look very cool. Like I said, it's one of my favorite designed blades so far. Aesthetically, I think it looks really cool. One thing that caught me off guard was the actual bit. I was under the impression this was going to be like point, but it's not. The actual little point in the center doesn't protrude out at all, so that's not going to make contact with the stadium. Thankfully, the weight on this is actually pretty decent. Mine came in at about 34.5 grams. The ratchet obviously is about the same weight as the other 360s, and then the bit is a little over 2 grams. So the actual weight for the blade isn't bad. It's sort of in the middle. It's definitely not on the heavier side, but it is definitely not too light to be usable. So very excited for that. So let's go ahead and do some battles. This is just stock battles. We will have some combos later on this week, but just to get an idea of how it performs straight out of the box, let's see how it does against some competitive combos.
All right, first test spin. Very interested to see how Unite performs. I was really expecting the point in the center to actually protrude some, but it doesn't. So I don't think it's going to have any impact whatsoever. It looks like a more rounded off taper at this point. So we'll just do a couple test launches and see how it does, and then we'll do some battles. Very interested to see how this blade performs. So, stock launch, let's see.
So these first couple launches are flat launched. I always do this just to see when we get new bits how easy it self KOs.
It honestly performs very similarly to taper, but it doesn't have the sort of wedge. So, for example, taper sort of has this sort of sharp wedge here. So when you tilt it, it ends up sort of skipping a little bit. This doesn't have that. It's much more rounded, more similar to ball on the tip. This has a much sharper angle here, whereas this is much more rounded. But it still has, because this point is like not protruding at all, it's definitely more aggressive than, let's say, just a regular like ball tip. So I think this could actually be a decent tip. It might have better stamina than taper, probably less aggression. I don't know if that's going to make it more easily controllable or not. It may hop the rails into the pocket a little easier because of how much more rounded it is, but it does have that high burst resistance. So let's go ahead and do some test battles and see how it does. All right, let's throw it up against Night Shield. This is on 460 ball. Let's see how it does against Phoenix on 560 point. We will be doing sort of like some competitive combos later this week after I do some testing with this, but for now it is just stock. So take the battles with a grain of salt. So Phoenix, let's see how it does against this. We'll do one more with Phoenix. All right, let's try Wizard Rod on 960 ball. Okay. Okay, so one thing that I want to test out is the balance for Weiss. So I'm gonna throw it on 560 and ball, and we'll just sort of see what kind of wobble we get, how balanced it is. Okay. Seems fairly balanced, which is pretty good. So obviously take these battles, again, with a grain of salt. These are stock battles against competitive combos. But we will be doing some combos with this, like I said, in the next couple of days. Overall, I'm not sure how I feel about the bit. It could have some use sort of as a taper or taper substitute perhaps, but I'm not 100% sure on this one yet. Obviously the ratchet 360 we've seen many times. The blade is the thing that I'm most interested in. Some of the shapes for the wings are very similar to something like dagger, and then it's got some sort of smash going on the sides here. The question is whether or not it's going to be good at any of those things. I think it'll be decent. I don't think it's going to be like S tier, but I think it'll be somewhere up towards where dagger is. I would say somewhere A or B tier. I think this is speculation, obviously. Haven't done a ton of testing yet, but I do think it'll be decent. I definitely think it'll be usable. This is going to go straight into my deck because I want a full cat deck. So Leon Claw, Weiss Tiger, and probably Drigger until we get some other like Leon Claw variant or something. But overall, aesthetically, it's definitely one of my favorites released so far. I think it looks amazing. If you guys have picked this up, let me know down in the comments if you've gotten it, what you think of it. If you haven't picked it up, let me know if you're going to, and if not, why not? Anyway, hit the like for the algorithm, subscribe if you haven't already for future Beyblade content, and I will see you all in the next one.